Hello, hello. Oh, I have a voice. Hi, guys. I just realized that I have my microphone close to me. So let me just move it and let me know if there's any audio issues or you can't hear me or anything. Oh, my goodness. This chat is on fire. I feel like I'm going to struggle to keep up with this chat. So if you've got any questions, and I miss it, please make sure you put question or something so that I'm able to spot that, guys. But good morning, good morning. Well, good morning for me. It's probably good afternoon for America, good evening for UK, and wherever else you are in the world. Hello, hello. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. This is my first live stream of the year. I never know where to look. I'm looking at the chat, I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at myself. If you are watching this back on replay, just give me a few minutes to come in here, and as people get here to arrive, and we'll start this. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions, I thought I'd just come in here and do a bit of a live hangout. I haven't done one all year, and I just thought it would be nice to do a live stream and answer anybody's questions that you've got, or just talk about how things are going for me. And as you can see here, I am in death pile hell. Oh my goodness. Look at my death pile. Now that it's all back in this shed, I am going to die. I just can't. I'm just in here going, where do I start? Where do I start? I just have to go box by box, I think, and I have to go as fast as I can. So if you don't know, I moved out of my storage unit yesterday, and oh my goodness, we did 5 truckloads, and it took 7 hours or something to do it. It was just me and Aaron, and then my youngest daughter was helping for a while. My eldest son has injured his ankle, so he's in a moon boot, so he wasn't able to actually physically help us yesterday, which was really, really hard without having him. But yeah, 5 truckloads. 3 truckloads came back home. 1 truckload went to donation. 1 truckload went to the rubbish tip. So it was a crazy, crazy day. Oh my God, this chat is moving fast. How do I even keep up? There's too many people here to say individually hello. So one big hello to everybody who's here. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm just trying to work out which chat to look at, the pop-out one or this. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I could see any questions. I saw one in here early from Duncan, and I just want to go back to that one. Where is it? I probably need to go to StreamYard, don't I, so that I can put it up on the channel. Okay. Well, first of all, there was a question here from Gigi. Can you show me how you print fast on a Brother label? I can't, because I don't have a Brother label. I've got a Dymo 4XL, so I don't know how to use a Brother. So I can't actually show you that. But yeah, I just use the Dymo 4XL for my printer labels. So I'm sorry I can't help you on that one, but maybe somebody else can. Where are we? Let's see. I did see we've got Jazzy Cat in here for the first time ever. She's been watching my videos for the last month and has learned so much. So thanks, Jazzy Cat. I've had a lot of new subscribers in the last 5 or 6 weeks from this year. Basically, I've had a lot of subscribers come in over the last month, like over 3,000 of them. So if you are new here, this might be your first live stream. Welcome, welcome. Where are we? Question. There it is. Isn't it tiring doing everything on your own, and why don't you take the step to hire a casual helper? Okay, firstly, yes, it is tiring doing everything on my own, and some days, yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. It's not the eBay so much that I find quite tiring. I actually feel like I manage the eBay side of it quite well, but when you add in the YouTube side on top, that's where it becomes tiring, because I would probably say that YouTube is more time consuming for me than eBay. I can smash out eBay in maybe, 4 hours a day, probably really 4 or 5 hours a day. Like if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would be doing double the amount of listings and stuff that I do currently on eBay. I wouldn't have a problem doing 50 listings at least a day if I wasn't doing YouTube. But YouTube does make it more time consuming, because not only is there the filming, there is the editing, there is making the thumbnails, there is answering all you guys' comments. That's probably the biggest challenge I've had this year, is that as the channel's been growing, the amount of comments are growing, and I can spend 2 hours a day just answering comments between YouTube and Instagram, and I'm still not through them all. Like, my comment box has still got like a long list of comments waiting for me to answer, and I do want to answer them all. I'm just not getting them all to them straight away, because I've only got a certain amount of free time each day where I can answer those comments. So is it tiring on my own? Yes. Casual worker? Maybe soon. Maybe soon. And I might even have my older son come in here and start to help me out, because he's at uni and he's kind of got some spare time to be working, and I might even start training him up for just a couple, even if it's just photographing and shipping. But I also think he's pretty tech savvy. He's never done a listing on eBay, but he's pretty fast and stuff with the computer. I reckon he would pick up listing quite quickly. So I don't know. I might look at getting my son in here for a few hours a week, and maybe at some point down the track, I will look at hiring a helper. But I might even look at hiring a helper to help me out in the house even. Like, maybe it's better for me to hire someone to do my house cleaning and stuff, because that takes a few hours. That takes a burden off me, even though I've got the family that helps me out. Yeah, I don't know. I think down the track, there might be somebody who comes in and helps me for a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Okay. Where are we? I'm trying to see. Hellos. What else? Today is empty the storage shed day. No, yesterday was empty the storage. Like, look at it. Oh my goodness. I can't even get. I was trying to make room this morning because it was all here in front of the photography station. I was like, I at least need my photo station free so that I can like start getting this stuff photographed. Oh my goodness, it's going to be crazy. Where are we? You can hear me fine. There's no singing. Do you want singing? Where are we? Question: why do you use eBay and not Marketplace? Okay, so I don't particularly love Marketplace. Like, I don't mind buying off Marketplace, but in terms of selling, one, I don't like so much people coming to my house. And when I do sell on Marketplace, I actually use a fake account, because I don't want people just coming to know where I live as a YouTuber, if that makes sense. So I actually have a fake account that I use for Facebook Marketplace, and I'll quite often, my husband will do those transactions, or one of my oldest children or something. So I try to stay a little bit away from Facebook Marketplace. But I don't know, you tend to get mucked around. People like say they're going to come, and then they don't come, and then you're waiting for them, and then then they go, oh, sorry, and you're making new times with them. And then, 3 times later, they still haven't been, and then you have to relist it and, mark it as not pending, and then you have to open your inbox up for a whole lot of other people. I don't know. I just really prefer I list it. If somebody likes the price, they buy it, or they make me an offer and I accept it or whatever. It's just such an easy process for me not to have to deal with people, I guess, as such. I quite like that it's just all online, put it in the post and it's gone. Whereas once you're dealing with it and they're coming to your house, it's a whole different ball game. But I don't mind it if it's like a big piece of furniture, or I think furniture and like homewares can do really well on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, I'm not really interested in doing my books or anything like that with people coming to my house to pick up. I'm just not really interested in it. Mel, thoughts about the Lifeline annual book fair at Epic being cancelled? I heard they're on track for raising $1 million, but they might struggle. Okay, so what Nick is talking about here, which a lot of people won't understand, is Lifeline is one of our biggest charities, and they do these really big book fairs, and they travel around from state to state here in Australia, and they spend about 3 or 4 days setting up the book fair. Like, it's huge. Like, it's the biggest book fair, and they come to each state for a few days, then they pack it all up and they go off to the next state, and they just travel around all year. And that, like you said, they're trying to raise $1 million from this book fair over like 3 days. And Epic is the location of where it's been held this weekend, and it was meant to be here in my state, Canberra. So we've had all these protesters come in about the virus, and they've taken over the area at Epic, which is called, which is where our book fair is. And so poor Lifeline, they had that book fair on Friday, and then the protesters got really, really rowdy, and they've had to close down the book fair for yesterday and today. So they were only able to trade for 1 day, and it's just such a huge effort for them to set up this book fair, thousands and thousands and thousands of books. And, you know, this is a charity that's raising money for suicide and mental health, which a lot of it is caused by COVID. And here it is. These people have, you know, been protesting and in the way, and now they haven't been able to go ahead with the book fair. So it's a real, real shame. But Nick, I was very lucky. I went out there on Friday, and I was only going to do like half a day there on Friday, come home, and I was going to do some filming. And then Sunday this afternoon, I was going to go back to the book fair, but can't go back there now because it's not on. But I did manage to go there on Friday. I spent nearly $600 at the book fair and was there for quite a long time, like maybe like 4 or 5 hours I was at the book fair. So I at least feel like I've given my part to the charity anyway, and I've got some good books. So yeah, it is a little bit of a shame of what's gone on. I really do feel sorry for the charity. What time is it in Canberra? Says the fellow Canberran. It is 9:11 a.m. Where are we? Your shed is exactly how I imagined it to be. There's actually more here than I thought there was going to be. I thought I'd end up with about 25 boxes. I reckon I've got 35 at least. So, and I can't believe it. I've got like 4 big bucket things down here of DVDs, and I found more clothes, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Where are we? I've kind of stacked it up so I can still walk behind, because when the boys moved it all in here, they just kind of dumped it, but I needed to leave that walkway. So even though you can't see it there is a walkway behind it so I can still pick the books, because that's going to be an issue otherwise. Where are you? No wonder they fixed that lift for you. I mean, that lift was just crazy. Where are we? I'm glad you've moved out all that rent money to store those books. And that's right. Like, I was paying $545 a month for storage. Now that this is in here, I'm forced to deal with this. I don't want this sitting in here. Oh my goodness. Chris from Daily Refinement will be cranky. He likes me to have a clean shed so that I can work productively. I'm going to have to get through this before I have my next chat with him. But yeah, you know that I was thinking about it. $545 a month. I could put that money, the same money, into paying somebody to come in here and help me. So, like, if I paid somebody $550 a month, like, I would get them, I don't know, I'd probably get them for like, what if I was paying somebody $20 an hour? 5 hours is $100. I could get somebody, really quite helping me a lot for the same money. And I think that'd be much more beneficial for me than paying for this storage. So I am hoping I won't have to go into another storage unit. I've got something coming up next week that I'm going to talk to you in another video about, which is going to impact my storage again. And yeah, I'll talk to you about that in another video, but because that's like a story in itself. List the death pile boxes as mystery box lots and get them out the door. No, because a lot of this death pile is from the hoarders haul, and some of it's not worth listing. Some of the books that are in here, there's multiple boxes in here that are a bit like this. So they're like the really, really old vintage books, no dust covers. Some of them are like 100 years old. I found a book that was 200 years old. These are really, I find these hard. I can't, like the other books I can just go through really fast, but these ones you've got to work out, are they like sought after old books, which are okay in the poor condition, or are they just old rubbish kind of books that aren't really worth money? I just find them harder to list because there's less of them around. When you're getting a book that's 100 years old, There's not as many out there to price comp, and some of those books that are 100 years old, they can be worth good money. So I don't want to just rule them out because they look terrible, because some of them do. They look absolutely terrible, but they're the books that I definitely find the hardest. Where are we? Yep, no more storage sheds, overpriced. Hey Mel, how do you stop getting a bad back lifting all those books? Okay, well, so far so good. I don't know. I guess I used my legs to squat when I worked at McDonald's. I was trained, I guess, how to carry boxes, heavy boxes. And I do, I guess, leave the boys to do some of the really hard ones. But these ones here, these are quite manageable sizes. They're not too heavy for me. So, and I do, before I sticky take them up, I try to make sure they're at a weight that's okay for me. So yeah, it's kind of good exercise for me in a way, because I don't get to go to the gym or anything. So I kind of feel like it's probably keeping me fitter than I realized. But I am going to book myself a massage next week. I kind of feel like this week has been quite intense, quite labor intensive as well. Friday, when I was at that book fair, I was doing a lot of books, like a lot. I was carrying a lot of heavy books at that book fair as well. So, and after this, I just think maybe next week I might go and book myself a nice relaxing massage, my shoulders are a bit sore. New subscriber, hello, welcome. Where are we? It's probably because of the spacesuit. What's because of the spacesuit? I don't know what you're talking about, but I remember the spacesuit. That was funny. Your photo tips was very helpful. I had no idea that you had those settings on the phone. Yeah. So what Shanna's talking about is one of my videos. I just shared the settings that I put it on my iPhone. I think it was the video where you can see the thumbnail of me like photographing the books, like it was on like the photographing video. But yeah, it makes a big difference when you alter the settings on your phone to how much it pops the color and stuff in your photos. So I'm really glad that helps you. You're not the first one to tell me that tip has made you like improved your photos and really helped them. So I'm glad. I think you should limit the amount of time you spend commenting. You comment on more comments than any YouTuber I see. Yeah, there's a few YouTubers who really do try to comment, do as much of it as possible. I think it's really nice. Like, I feel guilty when I don't answer the comments, because like you guys are going to the time of watching my videos, which I am so grateful for. And then you're taking that time to leave me a comment, which also just helps YouTube go, oh, they're commenting, there's interaction on the video. So it actually helps my channel a lot when people comment or hit the like button or whatever. That brings activity to my channel and helps YouTube kind of push it out. So I'm extremely grateful for every single comment, and I really do want to try my best to answer them, but I definitely have to limit. I could literally spend like an entire day, I reckon, just trying to catch up on my comments. So I'm doing my best. So please, if I haven't answered you, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm just literally trying to get through them all as fast as I can. Hi, Mel. I was wondering if you considered reducing the huge amount of plastic you use in your business. Well, I guess I use the plastic when I'm wrapping the books. There could be an alternative of using rubber bands, which I haven't actually tried yet. I was worried about them cutting into like if I wrap a rubber band around here, I don't want it to bend, especially if there's a bundle of them. I don't want it to bend the paperbacks. So I'm a little bit conscious of that. Obviously, I use padded mailers, which are plastic. I haven't found any, like you can get the more, earth-friendly satchels, but then I've still got to be using bubble wrap to put the books in. So I'm kind of a little bit stuck with mailers on what I can use, unless I was to go to cardboard boxes, which would just be way too expensive for me. Like I just wouldn't be able to do it. So I guess those are the two main things that I'm using plastic wise, mailers and the shrink wrap. But both of those I feel like are hard for me to cut out with what I actually do. So yeah, That's a hard one, isn't it? Because you really do want to try and use as less plastic as you can, but sometimes you're also stuck with what you kind of have to use. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying the rubber bands. I might try and find a bag like somewhere where I can get big ones and just see how they work. But it is very, like, I'm very conscious of not having, like, not losing books that I've made into parts of sets and keeping them together. And also like the way that if they are wrapped in the cling wrap, it secures them in the mailer so they're not moving around and slip slopping, so that then the books are getting damaged in post. So I'm conscious of all those different types of things. But yeah, maybe you can sit at the computer and call out questions while you're listing, and he can type out responses. Maybe that could be a thought, actually, couldn't it? While I'm doing photos or doing something else, yeah, my son could be helping me out with comments, writing my responses, because you can't really outsource somebody else to write your responses. It would be so fake. It's got to come from you and what you feel. Your son will run. He'll be laughing at some of those comments. You have inspired me to start listing again. Made £300 since the start of the day. That is awesome, Elizabeth. Well done. I would love if you could do a video explaining the different ways to post on eBay in Australia. And also, do you have any advice on how to make your first sale on eBay? Okay, so it's for the different ways to post on eBay Australia. Like, it's hard sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to make a video like that because 80% of my audience isn't Australian. So there's 80% of people who also don't want to see my different ways to post in Australia. But I don't know. I am thinking of making a few kind of like private videos, I think, that are targeted maybe for that smaller audience of Aussies that might need some particular help with some of those kind of specifics. So I might look at doing that when I've got a little bit of a time. So Gabrielle, if you maybe hit me up on Instagram and let me know what actually things you're struggling with this on Australia Post, that would kind of help me. And I might even be able to just answer you back in like a text on what it is that you're exactly struggling with this with Australia Post. And do you have any advice on how to make your first sale on eBay? You have to remember that eBay is a little bit of a slow journey when you start, and like, it's not a race where got to remember it's for a journey. So you have to be a little bit patient. So if I was suggesting for somebody brand new, I would say, take your time in learning. Make sure you write a good title that's full of good keywords that people will be searching. Make sure you've got clear photos, and make sure you're priced right. If you are a brand new seller and you come out and you're just priced too high, it's going to be hard to get that momentum going onto your onto your eBay store. So I would recommend not pricing at the highest pricing. And you might want to go down that pricing route later on in your business and be a more higher end pricer. You might be somebody who is quite happy to sit there and wait a little bit longer for a sale. Like, you might be some people are happy to wait 6 to 12 months for a sale. Other people like to churn it over as fast as they can. But I would just recommend trying to be more in the beginning, maybe just that little bit lower to medium price, so that you can start getting some sales into your store, building some feedback, and getting the algorithm moving into your store. But if you come out and you're priced really high to start with, it's going to be hard to get that traction in your store. So good title, photos, and price right. What's your goal in dealing with the boxes and the excess inventory? I don't know. I'm thinking that it's like, this is not a 1 week job. This is, especially with my workload, I would say this is a few weeks workload. But I do think that I'm going to have to put in, maybe next week, I might do a couple of late nights here in the shed, just trying to get through like a few extra boxes. And also I'm just not going sourcing. I'm not going sourcing. I do I do have something coming up which involves sourcing, but I won't be doing much sourcing. Like I've just got to get this done. I've got to deal with it. So, and there's going to be a lot in these boxes that actually still needs culling. Like a lot of the books from the hoarders haul, it was almost like 50, it was getting to the point where it was like 50% keep, 50% cull. So, you know, a lot of this is going to probably end up redonated as well. So we'll see. Goodbye, inspiring simple. Yep, I did answer the one about marketplace. So if you missed that, just go back because I did answer the question about marketplace earlier. How much room has Aaron got in his shed? None at the moment. It's full as well because we had the storage unit. So half the storage unit was actually full of eBay and half the storage unit was full of our personal stuff because we're in the process of extending the house here that we moved into that is short on storage. So we still had some personal stuff in storage. And yeah, we've had to kind of bring all that back as well. So everywhere is kind of full at the moment. What happens when you can't find a vintage item to list for comps? This is hard when it's vintage. If I can't find anything, but I'm looking at that book and I'm thinking, I think this is kind of worth something, then I'll start looking on Google. Sometimes Etsy has a lot of really old vintage books, so I can do some price comping over there. But generally, if you go to to Google, it'll start showing you some of those Etsy listings and stuff, or AB Books also does a lot of vintage. So there are other websites that focus on more collectible, older vintage books, but they can be harder to sort. They can definitely be harder to price. If you can't find anything on it, you have to weigh up whether or not that means it's not really a collectible book and is it worth trying to sell it? And then maybe you have to make a little bit of an educated guess on some of the pricing. I don't know. I've got so many books, and because I've got these books for like 5 cents or something, for me it's just like I'm happy with profit on these books. Obviously it's great if I can sell a book for a lot more, but I'm also happy if I've bought a book for 5 cents, I'm more than happy to be turning those books over for $20. Like that's awesome to me. So yeah, sometimes I don't stress maybe as much about, like, I price because I want to move stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a little bit more churn and burn. So I price on the lower to the medium size side, depending on my books, but I'm pretty, I'm good with offers and stuff. If somebody makes me an offer and I've got profit in that book, I want it out. What's this? So far, Mel, I've seen people from Australia, UK, Sweden, Denmark, France. Woo! We're going worldwide here. Hello, everyone. Are you expanding your shed? No. I don't really have room on the house to expand the shed. We're about to add on like a big master bedroom and an ensuite onto the back of the house first. So Aaron's going to be pretty busy doing that. But yeah, at this point, I'd like to be able to stay at the level where I can just kind of stay in this shed. I think I'm just hitting about 3,000 listings. I'm hoping I can get about 5,000 of them in this shed. And then if I was at 5,000 listings, I think I'll be bringing in a comfortable enough level of eBay then where I just want to try and maintain that almost nirvana level. They call it like nirvana, where you get to that point where you kind of just sit and your sales end up catching up. So you're nearly basically making the same amount of sales as you're actually listing. So if I'm listing 30 a day, but I'm selling 30 a day, then my stock levels can remain in this kind of space. And then it gets to that point, whereas if you want to increase your sales, increase your money, but your space is full, then you have to decide what the process is going forward. So I'm hoping I can get to about 5,000 in this shed. Even though it looks pretty full, there is still space, and I reckon I can probably get it to 5,000 listings. Have you wondered if you can privately rent a garage, and would it be cheaper? I have looked at that. There's not that many people who rent out garage space where I live, but I have considered it, but it's still really expensive. Just everything where I live, housing, rentals, commercial properties, warehouses, apartments. I've even considered going into like apartments, having like renting like a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment to myself to run the whole thing from. I've looked at all the different options for storage. It's very expensive. So if I can stay here, it will be all the better for me. Yeah. Hi, Mel. Great content. I found you about 8 months ago on the back of George Ross's channel. And then when I was putting up an Australian shed in the back garden, shipping must cost a bomb. Firstly, I love George Ross. He's like awesome. Like, I'm a big fan of the UK resellers, and I really enjoy George. He was putting up the shed. Yeah, he was. It's so funny to watch how the UK do their sheds. They kind of like spray all this foamy stuff on it. It's very weird. Shipping must cost a bomb. I do spend a lot of money on shipping, but shipping's just what it is, isn't it? It's just part of business. It's just one of those costs that you kind of work in, and you can't do much. Same as eBay fees. You can't really do much about it. You just have to work on the profit that's left there afterwards, and if you need more of that profit, you have to list more. Where are we? Thank you for being a pain. No pain. This is what this chat is for. Ask as many questions as you want. I'm worried about eBay because of packaging and fees and postage. It's all just part of business. And I think when you stop worrying about that, like, it becomes so much easier. Like, if you just think of it as, you can't think of it as something like, you can't have attachment to items that you sell. So you can't go, oh, I bought this book, but you can't think it's worth more than it is. And you have to just take into you've got this platform, they've given you the opportunity to sell on it. And it's just part of, like, it doesn't matter what business is, there's expenses to running a business. So this is just like your business that you do from home. And those are just the eBay fees, and the storage is just, it's not the storage, sorry, postage. That's just all part of the business. And you just have to be able to buy things that you're making profit on. So at the end of the day, you're left with amount of profit. So for me at the moment, I'm just starting like a new way of paying myself weekly, which I've never really done. I've never really paid myself a weekly amount. So because the weekly amount is always different because of the eBay roller coaster, I'm earning different amount of money every single week. So it's hard for me to just pull the same amount of money every single week. So I'm working on it as a percentage basis. So what is it? eBay pay me weekly, and they pay me after they've taken out all my fees. So whatever's left, so they take out my fees, pay me. Then I put 50% of that money away into an account, and that's to pay for my shipping and to buy stock with. Right? And then I put 20% away into tax, and I'm putting 30% into me, owner's drawings. That's my owner's drawings. So each week at the moment, my pay is going up every single week because my sales are going up because I'm working harder than I have in a long time. So, but it's nice. It kind of motivates me then to go, oh, okay, last week I made this week. This week, how much am I going to make? Oh, I hope it's more, So, and when you think about it, you think 30% doesn't sound very much, but, like, it actually adds up to, a pretty decent income. And it's like what I'm bringing in as 30% of my sales at the moment is good for us. So we're really happy with that. So, and who knows, I've only been paying myself for about 3 weeks. So maybe in another 3 or 4 weeks, I'll look at those percentages and make sure I've got the right split. But so far, 3 weeks in, I've had enough money there to be buying stock, and I've had enough money there to be paying all my expenses. So I'm pretty confident with that split. What's your biggest suggestions on what to not do in their first year? Okay. Don't rush. Don't rush. In your first year, go into it knowing that you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Like, you really are. You're going to buy stuff that is shit, basically. And you're going to learn that. Like, you're going to buy stuff and you're going to think it's great, and then it's probably not going to sell or be still sitting there a year later. And you learn more as you go. You learn what sells better than other things. Some people can sell things in their store, and then other people can't sell the same thing. What might sell well for me might not sell well for you. So be prepared to make those mistakes and think of that as a learning experience, because once you do make mistakes and you learn from them, well, that's how you get growth as well. The other thing I would say in your first year is don't pay up too much money for items. Really, sometimes I know that I did that in the beginning. I spent too much on items, and then I thought they would sell for more money than they actually did. So, I think sometimes we pay up too much for items. Like, I know now how much to pay up for a book and when to pay up for a book. But in the beginning, I wasn't so sure about that. And I was paying maybe more for books than I should have. But now I'm so familiar with that. And you will learn that as well. If you're doing clothing, certain brands, you might go, okay, that brand, I'm going to pay $5, $7 for that brand. But in the beginning, you might have paid $10 for that brand because you might have thought that the brand is worth more than it actually is. I think sometimes we think things are worth more, especially if it's like a brand new item with tags. We might go, ooh, it says that retails for $140. Well, I'm going to be able to sell that for $70 or $100. It doesn't work like that. And you've got to remember, something is only worth what somebody is willing to pay. So if you've had an item in your store for quite a long time and nobody's buying it, and then you get an offer that's quite much lower than what the thing is, and that's the first offer you've had for a long time, well, that's probably the value. Quite often, that's probably, unless it's a total ridiculous lowball offer, but that's probably the value of what it is if it's not actually selling. So yeah, be prepared to make some mistakes. Have you ever been scammed by a buyer on eBay, and how did you deal with it? Yes. In the beginning, I was scammed a lot when I first started eBay, because when I started eBay, I got into eBay by selling brand new Nike sneakers that I was buying from the outlet stores, and I was selling them on eBay. So I did heaps of Nike sneakers to start with. And because I was a brand new seller selling brand new Nikes, I was being scammed all the time, to people trying to tell me that my sneakers were fake. And yeah, that was hard. They just wanted to scam me. They knew they weren't fake. They just wanted to get the sneakers for free. So definitely in the beginning, as a new seller, you're more easily going to be targeted for scammers. That's just how it is. The newer you are, the more likely you will be tried to be scammed, because when you're new, you just don't understand everything so much with eBay, and you don't really know that these buyers are sometimes trying to scam you. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not. But yeah, I don't really get scammed that much now. Now it was more early days, and it was definitely when I was definitely scammed more selling like sneakers than selling books. Where are we? Hi from Germany. Which category would you suggest if the book prices in my market would not be rewarding enough? I think when you choose a category to sell, you should look at what's accessible to you in your area where you live. So for me, I can't find where I live vintage t-shirts. I don't have many kind of designer brand clothing here in my state where I live. It's hard for me to find clothes where I live that I could sell for $50 plus. Like, I seem to live in a state where there's a lot more bread and butter than there is like that higher end stuff. So if I wanted to have a store that was selling high end clothing items, I would struggle to get enough stock in the state that I live. So I think you sometimes have to look, what do you enjoy selling, but what's also accessible to you? Because there's no point trying to go into a niche and niche down if it's really hard for you to get those items. You need to be able to source the items. If you, like for me, if I'm doing 200 books a week, I need to be able to source 200 books a week. Like, it's all good to say I want to do 200 listings a week, but can I source 200 books a week? If I wanted to do 200 pieces of clothing a week, I reckon that would be quite hard for me here. Like, that would take a lot more sourcing, and perhaps I'd even have to consider driving to Sydney every couple of weeks. A friend of mine lives here in Canberra. She does clothing. She actually travels up to Sydney now every 2 weeks. She's got family there, so she makes a trip of it. But she's doing most of her sourcing in Sydney now to make sure she's got enough stock, because it's harder where I live. So yeah, don't always sometimes think of it as, find out what's accessible to you and then start price comping and learning about it, and whether or not it's also got to be something you enjoy. Like, you don't want to be going into a niche that you don't enjoy photographing. Like, I don't like doing clothes, so I don't want to do clothes anymore because I just don't enjoy it. Even if there was a heap here, I would struggle with it because I don't enjoy doing it. After having your husband help you move from everything in the storage, are you still married? Yes, he was pretty good. He's very patient. Aaron's very patient. I'm very lucky that he is a patient person, and he's helped me move many times. And I'm thinking now, because that was in the storage unit, he's probably thinking, yes, the last time ever. Are you in Amazon also? No. Okay, so in Australia, we're not allowed to sell secondhand books on Amazon. So we don't have that advantage. Like in America and UK, you can get heaps of books and send them in and get them off your site. I can't do that. I pretty much only got eBay as my only platform to sell books on, unless I want to go down Marketplace, which I don't. So yeah, it's pretty much eBay. But also I think that helps us here in Australia because we have a strong book market here in Australia. I get good prices for my books. And I think in a way not having Amazon gets me better prices here in Australia on my books. So I feel like in some ways I'm lucky. And I was also talking to some big media sellers the other day, and they were kind of saying, because in Australia it's different. Like in America, you have all those scanning apps. So you can get your books and just go scan, 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 scan. And the app will tell you straight up whether or not it's worth you listing if you've got enough profit in that book. We don't have that here because we don't do the Amazon. So every time I get a book, I have to physically go in here, look it up, how much is it worth, and decide whether or not it's worth listing. But by doing that, because I'm manually looking those up every single time, I have learnt so much about books and what books are worth selling. Whereas quite often, if you're just picking up books with the scanner app, you're not even really looking at what that book is. You're relying on that scanner to tell you if it's worth money. So you've kind of got to, whereas I'm very good now at scanning with my eyes and knowing what is worth money. So I think there's some advantages to me not having Amazon, but I would be very open to Amazon. If they do decide to do second books here, I will be in. Congratulations on everything you have accomplished. What is your average net item? Well, my average sale price is, I think, currently sitting at about $28 per average sale. So, yeah. Hey Mel, really liking your challenge this year. Thanks for thanks for sharing. Thanks so much. Yeah, I've I just took on this year. Like last year, I just felt like it was just wasn't a great year last year. I just felt like it was a real roller coaster. Every single quarter, I felt like I was hit with something. And it just was a hard year. And so this year I was just like, no, I'm not staying down that path. Like, you got to make a change. And I was just so lucky. Like Chris at Daily Refinement approached me at the end of last year about working with me a bit this year. And that was kind of like the turning point for me. I was like, yes, I've got somebody here on my back, like he's such a great accountability partner for me. And, Chris has got my back, which is really nice. And yeah, that's just been such a game changer for me. Following that Daily Refinement tech and sports style it's been a game changer for me. Is there a way to keep your sale money on eBay without eBay always cashing it out to your bank? And can you keep the money in your eBay account? No, you have to choose. They either have to pay you daily or weekly. I don't think that you can just store your money in there for like a year. I don't know if you'd want to either. I think you're better off to like pay it out weekly and get it coming to your bank. But yeah, no, you can't. As far as I know, you can't store it. They have to pay you. To meet your video goal, try 2 vlogs, 1 short live video showing your process, and 1 generic video to bank. Not having to edit the live video gives you time to do the extra bank video. That is very true. Yeah, I mean, definitely the live videos can they're much better for time. Like, I can come out here for an hour and a half and talk or whatever, and that's so much quicker. Like, sometimes it takes me 8 hours to make one of my videos. Like, literally, like, it'll take me a few hours to film it. Sometimes it take me 4 hours to edit it. Then I spend an hour doing the thumbnail and the title and stuff, and it can be a good 8 hours. Like, sometimes my video days are late nights. That was actually a question somebody asked me on Instagram. Somebody asked me what my daily routine was, and like, my daily routine is a little bit harder probably managing YouTube to have like a set timetable, but I'm starting to find a little bit of a groove within my timetable. But like, on a Monday, there's like, I have to do my shipping because I've got all my weekend sales. So that's I can't, that's it. I have to do my shipping. I have to do my 30 listings a day. They're non-negotiables. And then I also have to make a video on Monday because I'm putting a video out every Tuesday. So those 3 things are my non-negotiables for Monday. However, the way that it all happens can be different, because sometimes in the video I'll show my sales, so I might ship at different times. So depending on what my video topic is about will depend on the actual order of the day that I'm doing things. But Monday, shipping, listing, video. Tuesday, I'm finding, is just becoming like a day in the shed. I actually really quite enjoy Tuesdays. I am just here in the shed. I don't do any shipping on a Tuesday. I'm not going out sourcing anything at all. I'm literally just trying to stay in the shed, list, try and build some drafts up. So maybe I don't have to list as much on the weekends, or just trying to build the draft box up in general. I've also been going through like inventory SKU and stuff on a Tuesday, and just getting things prepped, getting a lot of books photographed and prepped for the week. So Tuesday's been I quite enjoy it. Like, I feel like Tuesday's like a hard working day, but I feel very productive on a Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm trying to find a little bit of a new routine. I'm trying to film in the morning, but then I join in with Chris and Tech's Patreon. So I like to be in a Zoom call with Tech on a Wednesday. And Thursday, I've normally go sourcing, and I do my shipping and my listing. Fridays, again, I'm trying to do videos, shipping, listing. So I've almost got a little bit of a flow to my week, but there's not much spare time in between. So it's a little bit hard. Where are we? Have you seen Pixar Onward? Nope, I don't even know what that is. Where are we? I'm probably so like far on this chat. I'm so sorry if I'm missing anything. DVDs are easy thing to know the value of, but there are so many books. How long did it take you to get used to what sells and what doesn't? Yeah, it took a while. And when I first started doing books, I had about 500 books in my store and about 1,500 items of clothing and shoes. So I always kind of had the clothing and shoes and had some books on the side, and maybe had about 500 books. I think I'm pretty good now at scanning with my eyes, and because I've sold so many thousands of books, I'm very familiar with books that sell often and on repeat for me. And I'm also familiar with topics that sell. So I might not find the same book, but I might find one on a particular topic that I know has sold well for me in the past. And those are the type of books that I'll start to look out for when I'm out shopping. So I'm kind of scanning by topic, by books that I already know, or by books that I can see visually I'm going to put into a bundle or a set. But it did take a while, but now I've been selling books full time now, I think for 2 years. So like, I'm pretty confident, I'm pretty confident now in the books that I choose. And I wouldn't say I'm an expert because there's so much to learn and stuff, but I'm definitely familiar with my books, and I definitely am much faster at scanning for books than I used to be. Are you shipping to other countries other than Australia? I'm not at this stage, but it's something that I want to do. Because I've always had a bread and butter store, I was like, well, well, nobody's really going to want my stuff internationally. Like, it's such basic stuff, but I am starting to get a few quite rare books. So I probably should be opening up shipping internationally. I've got a few people on my back that really want me to get this international shipping going. It's been on my to-do list, and it just keeps getting kind of put to the back, but it's definitely on the to-do list waiting. Question, I know you transition from clothes to books. What is the longest listed clothing piece do you have, and will you leave it until it's gone, donate it, or burn it to liberate yourself? Yeah, I'm just trying to move that stuff. I think I've got a 40% sale off running in my store at the moment on clothes and shoes and stuff, like just to try and get that stuff moving out the door a little bit faster. And I don't know, I think I'll just keep running it down on sales and trying to move it out that way. It would be good the quicker I can get it out. Probably in the next couple of days as well. You can't see it because it's on this side here where the clothing tubs are. I'd like to be able to stack some of this death pile up in those spots. So I'm going to try and condense those tubs. And when I go through and condense the tubs, maybe I'll start looking at the pricing of them, how long they've been listed, and I'll try and get them moving a little bit. I probably won't, totally donate it or burn it unless I totally just need the space, and then I'll maybe make that decision that I need it gone. But yeah, some of the clothes that I listed last year, they're still sitting there. Like they need a bit of a bump up in the algorithm. I'll come here, probably free labor. It's about an 8-hour drive. Just make the drive. How many listings do you have in your eBay shop? I think I've just hit 3,000. So I'm just not sure if that is including the ones that are currently sitting there out of stock, because there's probably a couple hundred in the store that are sitting under out of stock mode at the moment. So I'm not sure if the numbers are for only the ones that are active in stock, but yeah, my numbers on my app say 3,000, just hit 3,000. Where did you put all the extra shelving? Do you mean the shelving that's come from the storage units? Well, we dismantled it all, and it's sitting outside under one of the porticos at the moment. So we did dismantle all that shelving, and I'll probably just hang on to it for a little bit in case, like, what if I need to go to another storage unit? I'm really hoping I don't, but what if I do? Well, I don't want to have to go and buy all the shelving again. So it's all dismantled and packed up. I'll probably give it a few months, and then if it's still sitting here and I don't need to do another storage unit, I'll put that on Facebook Marketplace and sell that. What does my 527 tattoo? It's just my family number. So my grandfather was in the police. This was his police badge number. He was in the army. So happened that this was his army number. And then when he was getting registering his car back in the day, like years and years ago, his number plate on the car, the license plate, was just 527. So it was just a lot of reoccurrences with my grandfather with this 527 number. It just kept coming up in a lot of things. And quite interesting, when my grandfather died, his watch stopped working at 5:27 p.m. So freaky. My granny has his stopped watch 5:27 p.m. stopped at that time. So bizarre. So it's just kind of like a number in my family. A lot of us have personalized number plates with our initials and the 527. I've got the tattoo. My daughter's got the tattoo. My cousin's got a massive tattoo. So yeah, it's just a family number, I guess. Yeah, $545 for storage. Crazy. Hey Mel, that didn't show. Hey Mel, I'm struggling with item specifics. Any advice? US loves Mel. Thank you. Mel loves US. One day I want to come to Nashville and go to the big country music festival. Can't wait. Item specifics. Okay. You must fill out the ones that are recommended, right? And with the ones that are not recommended, but with the ones that are, you must fill out the ones that are required, right? The ones that are recommended, you need to fill out as most as you can. They will help you in search. You've got to think of like eBay, like a spreadsheet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just eBay, like Tech always says this. I've been listening to Tech a lot, right? So Tech will say, eBay doesn't care less about your opinion. eBay gives no rat's ass about your opinion. It doesn't have an opinion. It is a system, and eBay cares about facts. So when you start to get that around your head, like we can all go, oh, why does eBay have all these item specifics? eBay doesn't care. They don't care what your opinion is. They don't have an opinion on anything. All they care about is the facts. And if you do everything their way, by the facts, then you'll be fine. So with the ones that are recommended, I fill out as many of those as I possibly can. And the ones that I don't know, I leave blank. So I'm not I used to put in the word NA, unknown, or whatever, but unless that's in the actual category drop down, now I just leave it blank if I don't know it. And that comes by Tech and Chris's recommendations to leave it, not put anything in it. Because if they do change the item specifics, which they do, you know how they update them every few months and they make new ones required and new ones recommended? If you have put in like your own like word or something under a specific, that kind of alters with the SKU, that kind of alters with it at some stage if they start changing the item specifics. So your best bet is to leave them blank if you don't know them. If you don't know them, you don't know them. So, and some of them are ridiculous, like on clothing, like what's the character? Like just leave it blank. If there's no character, like unless there's like Bart Simpson or something on it and you put the character, if there's no character, just leave it blank. Yeah, but I do as many as I can and I leave the other ones blank. Yeah, first live chat of the year. And that's pretty much because the last 2 days were solid with me moving and doing stuff, and I just needed like a day without a video. Where are we? $200 an hour, I'll come over and help you. Well, I don't know if I'll pay $20 an hour. $200, geez, you better be a good worker. Storage costs, somebody's talking about here, $360 a month storage, $440 a month storage location. Costs of doing businesses rise every year as we grow. They do. Some of them are crazy. Can I help you listing or anything? No, I used to have a virtual assistant that helped me with the listing. Pros and cons about the virtual assistant. They do make some mistakes. Not that I'm saying you'll make any mistakes, but thank you for offering. But when you do source things online like that, like it can be difficult. $2 from California. I was going to say Canadian. I don't know what I was going to say then, but from California. Thank you, TCAT. I really appreciate that. And hello from Australia. Question: when mailing, I noticed you use largest envelopes folded around the books. Do you pay for the envelope size or by weight? So I pay by the envelope size. All the weights for the mailers are the same weight. So we can put up to 5 kilos in any of those padded mailers. I just need to go by what size the books fit into. So the way that I wrap them around sometimes, and you'll see me, if I'm putting a bundle of books into a large mailer and I wrap it with the sticky tape, that's because I don't want those books moving around loose at all in the padded mailer once they go into shipping, because then they'll get scuffed and stuff around the edges. So I just kind of tape them up, and I don't have any problem. Nobody ever comments to me in my feedback that they're coming back damaged or anything. So everyone always says fast shipping, good books and stuff. So I don't think they're getting damaged at all. And I think it's partly because I am wrapping them up. I don't want those loose books moving around in the shipping process when they're kind of throwing them around in the back end. Are you going burnout doing what you're doing? Are you getting burnt out doing what you're doing? No, I'm not. My energy levels are high. I'm eating much healthier than I was last year, drinking more water. I've given up milky coffees, and I always think the milky coffees don't sit well for me. So I've kind of given up those. Less alcohol. I'm not drinking much alcohol at all this year. Last year, I was probably drinking too much. During COVID, it was too easy. We're just all sitting here. What do we do? Let's crack a drink. So yeah, I've pretty much really slowed down on that, and I'm not feeling burnout at all. I feel really motivated, and I'm I'm not wasting time as such. Like my days are full, but I don't waste time anymore. I think I used to waste time, and then I would almost feel so bad about myself for not doing the stuff that I knew I should have been doing. So then it was like a mental drain constantly, that I was down on myself because I knew that I'd been wasting time doing other stuff rather than getting my actual work done. And now I'm just making it all such a priority, and just trying to really just surrounding myself this year with people who are working hard and hustling and pushing, and that's really good for my mindset as well. Hey, Katie. Buy the envelopes. What are we saying? She buys bulk, so gets a discount in Australia. Yeah, I buy my mailers. So the small ones I buy in lots of are 1,000. So it costs me 60 cents, I think, a mailer when I buy them in lots of 1,000. But if I was to go and buy them individually, they cost me like 89 cents, I think. I save about $300 by buying them in a lot of 1,000 than buying them in individual boxes of 100. So it's a fair saving. If I go through 4,000 a year, if I was to buy like 1,000, I don't know how many I'm going through of the ones, but let's say I was to go through 4,000 mailers, small size mailers in a year, that would be $1,200 saving for me. So definitely worth buying in bulk. eBay has a new rule now. You have to proofread the books before selling them. Oh, God. That'll never happen for me. Proofread is like this. Ooh, yep, proofread. When will you listen to the octopus and activate international posters? I know, Josh. Come over here one day, and we should do a sourcing trip or something, and you can come and help me work it out. What books sell for you? All books. Honestly, like that all sell for me. But yeah, there's not really any genre that doesn't sell for me. It's just they all sell for me. I don't know what, if I was to say what sells best for me, I don't know. I definitely sell a lot of fiction by the bundles, and I would sell the most women's romance, women's fiction, like romance kind of drama books, and a lot of crime and thriller. Fantasy also sells very well for me, but I think I probably get more crime and thriller and romance through the doors than fantasy. But I'm always looking for fantasy books. They sell very well, as do sci-fi, but they're harder to find. But yeah, I would probably say, I don't know what sells the best. That's probably, I don't know, fiction bundles, I would say. Where are we? Well done for moving all your stock. You and Aaron must be exhausted. Don't panic. You'll sort it out. Yeah, I was exhausted yesterday. And we had a function on yesterday afternoon. So we had like plans with friends and family yesterday at 3:00 in the afternoon. We were all going lawn bowling, which I've never done before. We went lawn bowling to have some drinks and had dinner and stayed on and had a really good night. So we were kind of like so busy. I think we got home at 2:30. We ended up about 4:00 running late to the bowls, but oh my goodness, I tell you what, we deserved like that nice cold beer when we got in the afternoon. We both enjoyed a nice cold beer yesterday afternoon. Please make a full video with your listing. I could see you all day. What kind of thing would you like? Do you want me to, somebody else said this to me the other day, like, do you want me to do like a listing video where I'm like live listing and like got the eBay screen on there and I'm listing? Like, would that help? Or do you want a video of me? Is it more like you want to watch how I'm listing, or you want me to like how I don't know. So tell me. I'm happy to do a live stream or something where I've got the screen up of me listing. I could make a video doing like that. I even thought about making like some kind of ASMR video where I don't actually talk in the video. I just like have like a really long video for 2 or 3 hours of me like sorting this one day, like on one of the big days when I'm in here just going through it. I was like, I wonder if I should put the camera on and almost make it like a no talking, just a really long background, like ASMR kind of watch me work. I don't know. Tell me if that sounds stupid, but I did consider it. Where are we? Where are we? 30%. 30% of ours comes from overseas. Oh, okay. So you're Australian. 30% of your sales are from overseas. Wow. Okay. 30% of sales going overseas. What am I missing out on? Oh my God. I could add international sales to my store and potentially add 30% extra sales by not doing any extra work. What? Holy moly. Okay. Let's get this on the priority list. Yes. The funniest Fart Sack Jack. This is the funniest subscriber name. Every time I see you comment, it gives me a giggle. Thank you. Where is we? I admire your energy and feel tired watching you dashing around. I mean, this is what we do, bud, isn't it? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm glad that I get a lot of people saying that it motivates them to go and rush around as well, which is great. Like, that's something that I absolutely love. So if watching me rush around makes you rush around, I hope it does, then that's awesome. But yeah, most of the time I have pretty good energy, and in the evening I might crash. I do go to bed early. You must have gotten more haul. Your area has more boxes. Yeah, I just moved from the storage unit yesterday, Cool and Vintage. So I moved out of my storage unit. So this is basically my death pile that now I have to really get through fast because I don't like it in here. I don't want it sitting here. I feel very little reason to comment on YouTubers' videos that never like or comment back on any of the comments. And I can think of a couple of YouTubers off my head, but I won't mention them here. Okay, so I do try and comment as much as I can back. Sometimes I'm running late. I commented on one the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, they made that comment like 3 weeks ago and I'm still trying to get to it. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get to the comments as fast as I can. So do you have a link to your ring light? Your information has been priceless. No, so I've got a ring light here and I've got a ring light in front of me here. They're both 19-inch ring lights and they both came off eBay. They do sell the same one on Amazon. I probably should set up some like links or something for Amazon or something for these things that I use. But yeah, if you do a search for a 19-inch ring light, that's basically what I did. And then I just tried to find a company that had good reviews and good feedback and stuff. And that's how I chose the one. But yeah, 19-inch is the size to get. Do you think with all the crazy going on in the world right now that media mail is the first things people will stop buying? Nope. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Why would they stop buying books or DVDs or CDs? I think that's what I think more people have gone back to that during like lockdowns and stuff. They've remembered what it's like to read a book and put on a CD. They've got time and watching more DVDs than ever. No, I don't think. I think media is a very strong niche, and I put books under the media category. And I think media is a really strong niche, and I think it's always going to be a strong niche. I think it's always going to be welcomed, and some of the media sells for cheap. That's just part of being in the media game. And like, you have to do more volume when you're selling cheap items. That's just part of it. But that's just the business model that media is, I think. I'm so excited for you. I purchased a hoarder house and have left all the books for last. Thanks for the tips. Woohoo, hoarder house. Whereas I'm trying to get through all the books and I'm leaving all the weird stuff for last. I just pull out before some weird brass candelabras, and I've got this weird, not weird, but this, I think it's Wedgwood teapot coffee cups. I've got it all sitting here thinking, oh my goodness, I have to list all this weird. I just want to get into the zone with all the books, but I've also got this weird stuff that I need to do. Where are those golf balls, Mel? Oh, I know. I need to get the golf balls listed. They're still not in my store. They're in the line of stuff that's coming. Okay. Mel is literally recycling books, saving thousands and thousands of books from going to the rubbish pile. So if she has to use some plastic wrap to ship them with, then that's just part of it. Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, it's very hard to go to a totally plastic-free store, and I can't use those sustainable kind of satchels, because if I did, I'd still have to be using the plastic bubble wrap to wrap it all up. So it's catch-22, isn't it? Yep. I have learned a lot from you. I'm in Tennessee and you are my hero. Oh, I don't know about hero, but thank you. Thank you for watching me. Where are we? John, what question have I missed, Ian? Have you seen Pixar Onward? No, I did answer that before. I don't know what Pixar Onward is. Is it a movie? Like I don't know what that is, John. John. If that's I don't know what it is. Pixar Onwards. Somebody tell me. Yeah. I do save a lot of books from going to the rubbish. I really try and save them from going to the rubbish. Good morning. Where are we? Trying to keep up. If there's questions, here's one. When will you and Duncan have a collab live stream? I know Australia is huge, just talking about the video where Aussies talk Aussie reselling. I don't know if Duncan does screen. So I know Duncan, like we chat a lot on Facebook Messenger. Duncan runs like one of the eBay Facebook groups. So I do talk to Duncan, but I don't know if Duncan goes on to stream or what. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever shown your face or anything or done anything like that. I know Australia is huge, just talking about video. There is a couple of Aussies that I'm looking to have on my channel at some point soon. So yeah, you might stay tuned for that a little bit later on. If you use rubber bands and they don't sell in a short period of time, the heat can affect the rubber deteriorating and sticking to the books. That's interesting. I just worried about them bending it. You know how like if the rubber band's a little bit tight, I just don't want it to pull on the book, whereas the cling wrap is just fantastic. Like it just keeps them so good, but it doesn't make it too tight or anything like that. It doesn't damage the books in any way. Have you ever been to the UK? No, but it's on my to-do list. I really want to go to one of the UK reseller meetups, and I've got a lot of UK reselling friends, and I do hope to get over there like in the next couple of years. I'm so far behind in the chat, aren't I? I don't know. Mel, do you know any eBay booksellers in Canada? I'm curious how they make it reasonable with shipping costs. I don't know that many Canadian book sellers, to be honest. I know what's his name? Thrift. I've forgotten. That's terrible. I've forgotten. I only know a couple in Canada, and I don't know. Yeah, I can't help you on that one. Where are we? Hi, Katie. Not sure if you'll make it this far. She will take all the books from our charity shops home with her in Oz. I will. Yep. Give me all your books. I'll bring them home and deal with them. Could you make a video on culling and cleaning the books from your death pile? Yeah, okay. So you want to know what kind of books that I cull and which ones I deem unworthy to sell? I basically deem them either by condition. If the spine's really affected, I don't want that. Or if there's tears or anything like that, I won't do that. But otherwise, it's mainly just price comping them on eBay. And I'm trying, because of my space, I'm trying to list books around that $20 up. I will list books between $15 and $20 if they have a faster sell-through rate and they're more sought after. But the books that are kind of like they're very slow sellers or there's none selling and they're under that $20 mark, then I don't really want them anymore. Those ones are the ones I'm trying to redonate. But definitely any that are comping for $20 plus, they get listed in the store. And yeah, the other ones, and I don't want to list any for under $15 ever. $15 is like my minimum listing that I want to put into my store. Hello from Netherlands. So exciting. Where are we? Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm scrolling down. There's a lot of chat. Your boxes are looking great, says Sherry. What kind of Bibles are valuable? Wow. Or like I have so much success with Bibles. It's insane. Like I just bought, look at this. Look at this big stack of Bibles I just bought a couple of days ago. Huge. To me, there's a few cheap Bibles, right? So some of the ones that are just basic Bibles with a hardcover, they kind of sell for that lower end, $20, $25. But the Bibles that have got a leather cover on them, and a lot of them do, they are worth good money. I also sell a lot of children's illustrated Bibles. They will sell for me $20, $25. But definitely, any Bible that looks like it's a really nice condition Bible, you can sell that. And the leather, it doesn't matter if they're really old Bibles, a bit scuffed up, and they've got those leather covers, they can be worth a lot of money. I sell Bibles that have got names written in them and everything. People don't seem to mind. I don't know. I look at all the Bibles basically. I'm very familiar by eye on the Bibles that are the more lower end ones that I'll only get like that $20 for. So if I can get those for like $1, I'll still buy those. If they want $3 for those Bibles, then I probably don't want to pay $3 for a Bible I'm going to sell for $20. But I'll definitely pay $3 for a Bible that I'm going to sell for $40 or $50 or $60. I've sold Bibles for $200. Like, they are very good money. So definitely research the Bibles. Any of them that say like they're like a special kind of not collectible, but like a special edition or anything like that, they sell well for me. I just sold one like this. This one's a little army one, like Australian Army. I just sold another one which looks exactly the same as this, but it was for the Australian Police Force, Federal Police. I listed that yesterday, I think, sold the same day. Say $40 for a little Bible like that. Exactly same. So yeah, Bibles sell really, really well. Yeah, it was a lot of work lifting, but it's done now. Hi, Bruce. First live stream. Yeah, this first one for the year. So I'll try and I don't know, like if you guys like the live streams, I'll try and do one like maybe once a month or something. Might be a good one. Don't want to do them too often, but maybe once a month. Where are we? Just going through the chit chat. Question. How do I keep my eBay sale money on eBay instead of always cashing it out into the bank account? Oh, I think we answered that one before. I don't think you can. I don't think you can just bank it up in eBay. I'm pretty sure you have to cash it out. It's not like a little secret savings account. You have to cash it out so the tax man knows. With your 100-year-old books, have you considered engaging with an auction house that specializes in old stuff to move it as they deal with the target market? Ken, that is a great idea. I literally had a whole bookshelf of these old books that I'm a little bit like dreading having to deal with. So I didn't even consider an auction house for the old books. Now you've got me thinking. I might look into that because they are the books that I least want to deal with because they're the hardest for me. Yeah. Believe it or not, storage units are the best for resellers because you're not really committed to a large amount of money, and when you want to go, you can just go. True, but they are quite expensive. I mean, $5.45 a month, like, it's pretty expensive. But the thing with them, because they don't, well, I don't know about you guys, but here they don't put you onto a contract. So basically, when you go into the storage unit, because you're not on like a 12-month contract, it means that anytime you're on like a month-to-month contract, so they can increase your storage units. So that's what was happening to me. Every like 6 months, I was getting like another storage increase. And this one, they put me up $45 a month. And I thought that was quite a significant price increase. If they do that twice a year, that's like $90 extra a month, which is, over a year, that's over $1,000. Even people in England were amazed at how George Race did his shed. I just saw it. I didn't see all his shed videos, but I saw the one where he's doing all his foam. And I was like, oh, that's different. We don't do that in Australia. Yep. Where are we? Driving and listening. Where are we? Hit the like. Yes, thank you to all the moderators who are in here who are working hard in this chat. I appreciate you. See you later, Mario Brothers. Where are we? Recently you mentioned that eBay suggested you list with OBO. What's OBO? Recently you mentioned eBay suggested you list with OBO rather than a price with free shipping. Oh, what's OBO? Does that mean price OBO plus shipping or still free shipping? What's OBO, guys? I'll scroll to the other chat. Tell me what OBO is. I don't know what that is. What did I suggest? OBO. I'll come back to that question when somebody tells me what OBO is. Oh, best offer. Duh. Recently, you mentioned that eBay suggested you list with best offer rather than price with free shipping. Okay, so I've still got free shipping on all my books. The only thing I charge shipping for is my clothing and my shoes and stuff like that, or my hard goods. When I do my books, then 95% of them are all free shipping. Probably 98% of them are free shipping. So, but I have got best offer on all my store now. So best offer and free shipping is what I've got set on my store. So yeah, and it's doing well. 20% of my taxes. Yeah, I'm doing 20% to taxes. I think that might be a little bit high, Wendy, when I'm doing 20% to taxes, but I just do that for a little bit to give me a bit of a buffer, and then I might even drop that down to 15% taxes. And superannuation, I'm bad at superannuation, but trying to throw a little bit each week now into my superannuation. But yeah, I don't have much superannuation for working for myself for the last 20 years. I haven't paid myself much. So it's definitely something that I want to get into that habit of really making a point to start getting the superannuation. Yep. And I totally advise everyone to be putting money into your superannuation or your 401k or whatever you call it in America or UK there, but definitely put that money away. I've been bad over the last 20 years and just haven't been putting enough into it. And now that I'm like nearly 46 and looking at my superannuation, I'm like, shit, I really mucked that up. Anyway, Mel, what's one item that you have thrifted and not been able to let go of? Well, I've still got that tree house that I thrifted and for some reason thought that I might want to keep. I don't want to keep. It's in one of these boxes, and when I open the box that it's in, it's getting listed. I don't think I've really... this. Just saw it. This little bowl. I don't know if it's still in here. Okay, the coaster's in here. So I bought this little bowl. Very cute little bowl. I can't remember what I paid, like $2. And inside the box, underneath the bowl, was a coaster like this. And it was this coaster, and it was wrapped in tissue paper. And when I was photographing the bowl, I pulled this out, and it was like padded with this tissue. Anyway, I unwrapped it, and there was $700 worth of $50 notes stashed around a coaster, wrapped with tissue, hidden into a box under a glass bowl. So I really kind of felt like that this had probably come from a deceased estate, and somebody had been hiding some cash in there, and the family probably went, nope, nobody wants this little glass bowl, cleared it out, donated it to the charity shop. And yeah, so that was... I've kind of felt like this was my lucky bowl. And look how pretty it is. It's actually it's a really nice brand. It's from Turkey. And yeah, maybe I should put this coaster, Happy New Year. Maybe I should hang it here on my my little board here. I've got things that people have sent me and nice cards and good luck kind of things. Maybe I should hang that coaster there, but yeah, there you go. I haven't. Once I found that, I never listed the bowl, and I still haven't. And I don't think I will list that little bowl. I feel like it was a good luck bowl. I'm finding the ring lights are great for taking pics of purses and jewelry. Newbie wannabe here. The ring lights are awesome. Like I find them really, really good. You can maneuver them. I think if I was doing clothing in here, I'd probably want two of them, one on either side, just to even it out with shadows a little bit. If I was doing a lot of clothing hanging on the wall. But for the books, they just give me that extra fill light, and yeah, it's perfect. Best organizing tips when starting out. I just got a lot of 2000. Okay. You need to be organized right from the beginning. Like, doesn't matter if you are just starting your store, start with an inventory SKU system right from the beginning. Like, the worst thing you can do, a lot of people get to about 500 items in their store without a SKU, and then they go, oh, starting to get a lot of stuff here now, and I need to know where it all is, and then they have to go back and do a SKU. So my advice is definitely get a SKU inventory system going right from the beginning. And if you're just starting out with books and you've got 2,000, that's a lot. I got 3,000 listings in my store. Obviously, I got more than 3,000 books in here because I sell a lot of bundles, but I got 3,000 listings. So 2,000, a haul of 2,000 books is a lot. You need to be organized with those books. So I would do like either what I do with a shelf system with the SKU, like each shelf and has got like a number and you put it on that shelf, or boxes, or however you're going to do it. But make sure you've got a SKU system so you know where to find that book when it sells, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So yeah. Have you thought about reusing, recycling packaging supplies? Saves me a lot of time and money and keeps it out of landfill. So have you thought about reusing, recycling packing supplies? So I do use like parts of like my boxes and stuff like that if I need to pad anything up inside things. Sometimes I will slip padding and stuff in there, but I don't send a lot of stuff in boxes, so it's kind of hard for me to recycle things to actually use to pack, because with books, most of them are just going into those padded mailings, and I can't really recycle those. How often do you send out offers, and do you send them all out or a certain amount each day? I have 245 eligible offers and my sales have slowed. Oh my goodness. I send offers out multiple times a day. I do it the first thing in the morning. It's one of the first things I do every single morning is send my offers out. And I will send all offers out till I got none waiting there to offer. Like, so I sent my offers out before I did this live stream. And then at lunchtime, I'll probably go through and have another look, and I'll send out all my offers again. And so I would like to have zero waiting in the box there to send offers. So if I was you and had 245 offers, I would send 245 offers. It doesn't even matter even if you only send an offer for $1 underneath it, like it's activity onto your store. They might not accept that, but getting the offer and sending the offer is seen as activity in your store, and eBay loves activity. So yeah, if you've got offers in your store, that's 245 items potentially you could sell, especially if you hand out a good offer. Yeah, I would be getting those going. Get those cha-chings going. Where are we? How's the golf balls? They're still waiting to list. They're in the to-do pile. It's like never ending. They're coming. It'll be so funny. I can't wait to see if they actually sell. I don't even know what they've done, how much they're worth. Smart Chickie, wishing you nothing but the best. Keep grinding and meeting those goals. Got to go. See you later, Serious Collector. Thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. This stream has gone on 1.5 hours. Oh my goodness. The chat's still going. How long did it take you to become comfortable talking to a camera for videos? I'm struggling and usually like to have my wife there behind the camera so I can talk to her instead. Okay. If you go back and watch some of my earlier videos, please don't. Oh my goodness. Like the difference. is crazy. Like, I was so uncomfortable in front of that camera. It has taken me this couple of years really to be, it's taken me the whole couple of years really to be comfortable. Probably the last 6 months, 9 months, I've become much more comfortable. I think the more you get, like, I'm just more comfortable in general with what I'm sharing as well. I think I used to overthink it a lot of times, whereas now I'm really trying not to overthink the videos. I'm just trying to be me and share me in the shed and what I'm doing, and just trying to keep it real, I guess, and just share my life, share it, I guess. And by doing that, it's actually helped me. Rather than trying to be so like structured or scripted. Like in the early days, I used to script a lot of my videos, and it's also, I don't know, I just found that much more harder. Now that I've kind of let go of that side of it, I just find it easier to be myself. And so then I'm more comfortable on the camera because I'm not reading something that I've pre-scripted or anything like that. So yeah, it does take you a while to become comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable going out into public places now with the camera up. That's been a bit of a hard thing, and I haven't worn the GoPro out in public yet. So that's nerve-wracking for me. But I definitely feel like I'm becoming a better vlogger and I'm more comfortable on the camera. But really, I would say it just takes practice. It just takes time and it takes practice, and it'll come. It'll come. Yeah. And honestly, if you saw my first video there, I just sometimes people comment on my really old videos, and I'll see the comment and I'll see the video and I'll be like, oh, how embarrassing. Like, oh, just so embarrassing, some of the old videos. But that's what they say. They say it takes 100 videos at least to be really starting to make, better content and become more comfortable. Like they say, your first 100 videos are normally like terrible. So it does take that bit of time. So yeah. No, I haven't seen Pixar Onward. I haven't seen it. Questions? Apology if you've answered. Yeah. What was the one item? That bowl. I did answer that one. Please tell my phone to stop going ka-ching. I don't know what that means. We want those ka-chings, don't we? Do you feel a lot of pressure because of the goals you set with Chris? No, I don't feel pressure about the goals I set with Chris. I feel motivated by those goals, and I feel like Chris has got my back and he's really helping to hold me accountable. I've got a few people in my life that are really, couple of other resellers that really hold me accountable as well, who are friends. And no, I don't feel under pressure. I think in the beginning I felt like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do the YouTube goal? I definitely felt like I'd be okay with the eBay goal, but the YouTube one was worrying me. But now that I've done it for like 5 weeks, I don't feel worried about it. The thing I probably feel the most pressure about is I often feel pressure about my sales, like because I'm a YouTuber. Like I feel like people maybe expect me to have this massive sales store or something, when I'm really kind of just like the mum here in the sheds on the bread and butter store, doing the best I can, trying to make as much money. And sometimes I feel like pressure, like maybe people want me to have that $200,000 a year store or something. So sometimes, yeah, I don't know, like sometimes I feel a little bit of pressure towards my sales. Maybe it's because I know people are watching me, and like I feel like maybe sometimes they expect more of me or something like that. So that's the only kind of pressure that I sometimes feel, but definitely don't feel pressure from the goals. I think Chris has been very reasonable, and I think Chris is aware of what I can handle, and he knows that I'm a hard worker. But he's also very much, I think if I said to Chris, I'm finding this a little bit much, I need to scale back a little bit, he would make that work as well. So he would set a new goal that would work for me. The thing with Chris is he doesn't actually want you to work 24/7. He wants you to be able to work as productively and as fast as possible to get as much done in the most short amount of time. So if you are doing like 10 listings a day, he actually wants you to smash that out as fast as possible. Chris is very big on and tech. What their goals are on that kind of channel and in their Patreon groups is to get your systems working. So if you're spending too long on your photography station and you can't, so it will, let me go back. Their goals are, if you're not meeting your listing goal, they want to know why. If your listing goal is 10 a day and you don't hit your 10 a day, well, what's slowing you up? Is it the mechanics in your business? Is it your photography system, your shipping system? What is it? And then they want to help you fix that part of your system so that you can get up and running and getting all that done. So my systems are all working really good. So for me, it's coming down to time management. I feel like I've got good systems in my business. My shipping's good. My photography's good. Like I'm working at a fast rate, but it comes down now to my time management, which I have to really, really juggle to make sure I can fit it all in. But yeah, no real pressure. Where are we? Do you achieve your listing goals? Yes. So all year I have had a listing goal to do 200 a week or 30 a day, which I guess is 210 a week. And I've hit that every single week for the whole year. So I haven't added this up the other day, but I think I'm on about 1,570 listings for the year so far. Yeah. I did just explain earlier in the chat what the 527 is, so I won't do it again, but I did explain it earlier. It's a family number. I just started watching a few weeks ago. Love your content. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you found me. eBay pushed me out for a few of my videos a couple of weeks ago, and I got a whole lot of new subscribers in from it, and it was amazing. And it's so nice to see when YouTube does give you a push on one or two of your videos and new people find you. That's really nice, like to start getting some new people. Where are we? My mouth's going dry. I'm going to need to go and finish soon to get a water. What program and how did you learn to do video editing? I use iMovie. I'm an Apple girl. I film on my camera. I film on my phone, so I'm very basic. I'm not fancy with all the camera equipment. I think that probably helps to keep it even more real because it's all just what it is. And then I just upload it here on my Mac desktop, and I work off the iMovie program, and that's it. Very simple. Have you a TikTok? I do, but I don't use it. It's under the name Back from Burnout. There's probably like maybe a dozen TikTok videos on there. They're not very interesting. But I just don't have time to go in there and do TikTok as well. I have a hard enough time managing Instagram and YouTube. So TikTok for me, it would be fun, but I just can't go down that rabbit hole. I love your channel, educational, motivational, and fun to watch. Thank you so much. I love that. I love that I'm motivating people. Like that's I love that. I love getting told when I do something and then someone says, you motivated me to go do the same job. And I'm like, yes. Where are we? Bye, Maximus. I'm getting nearly to the end, and it's nearly an hour and a half. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't ship internationally. I need to get this going, don't I? Next week, I'm going to do this next week. I'll add it to the to-do list. There might be lots of books in here that will sell internationally. Okay, I'm going to do it. Aussie Hustler, I'll help you with international ship. I've got so many people who have like, I'll help you. And I'm like, I don't even know if I 100% need help. I just need to do it. I'm just what's the word? Procrastinating. How did you get out of a slump? I have so many renos going on this year. It's very distracting and my listing is suffering. You know, Minikin, I think I was in the right headspace and ready for it. So last year I was in a slump, definitely I had a hard year last year. I was definitely in a slump. Mentally, I was not doing great. And it was a hard year for me. And I think it's a bit like, you know, when you go on a diet, if you're not 100% ready to do your diet, you you don't really do it well. But if your mindset is so committed to that diet, you will smash that diet and you will lose weight. And I kind of feel like it's a little bit like that with business. You have to get your head around and really make that decision on, you're not going to tolerate this kind of behavior anymore, or whatever you're going to. And it's just a mindset change, I guess. And hanging around people who are in that same mindset to you will change things. I find like that, like, the more I hang around people with the same positive mindset, the more positive and the stronger mindset my mindset stays. So it's a matter of surrounding yourself with those people, I think, that will really bring you up and keep you motivated. But I think sometimes you just have to commit. And if your listing is suffering, well, maybe your listing goal is too high. Okay, so if you're in a little bit of a slump and you normally want to do 30 listings a day, maybe you need to drop that and take some pressure off yourself and only do 15 or 20 a day for a little while and build back up. Because I think it takes that momentum. Once you get that momentum going again, you go, yes, okay, the momentum's going again, and you start to feel more positive and you start to get more done, I guess. You've got to build that momentum up. So if you can't go, right, my listing is suffering, like you've just said it there, you're self-aware that your listing is suffering. Okay, what are the distractions that are making it suffer for you? You've just said you've got renos going on, so that's distracting. Well, maybe you need to list at a time where the renos aren't going. Like, maybe, I know you've got a really large family, Minikin, with a lot of kids and grandkids, and I know it's probably, your house is probably chaotic, but maybe you have to find that quiet time or set some boundaries in your household. Like, guys, I need to work and it's all very noisy and I need an hour that's just Minikin time to list. That would be mine. And like, if the renos are going on in the day, well, maybe you need to set that boundary at night after dinner. And it's like, guys, I'm out for an hour. Don't come in here. I need to do this. I need an hour quiet time. So maybe just setting some boundaries and maybe just trying to start not taking some pressure off yourself. You've got a lot going on. So maybe lower your expectations on yourself, but still make it like a constant. Get that daily habit going again. Yep. Do you do financially better with books than you did with clothing? I think when I was in the peak of my clothing, I was probably doing as equally as well as I am here with the books. I don't know. Like, my sales are pretty good for this month. I think I'm around 12,500 for the month of books, which I'm pretty happy about. I don't know. I think probably I can do as equally as well with books, but books take up a lot more space. There's a lot more books that I'm dealing with, I think, than clothes. So they're both, and there's not one that's, I wouldn't say one is harder than the other. Like, a lot of people think that books is a lot easier, and there's aspects of it that are, like, the photographing is obviously easier to photograph a book than it is to photograph a piece of clothing. There's no measurements and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things with books, like you're bringing in quantity, you're culling a lot of it. Like, whereas clothes, you only buy things that you actually want to sell. But with books, you kind of end up with these big hauls. There's a lot more sorting and culling, and they take up a lot more space than clothing, so you got to have room for them. You have to almost do more volume if you do books than clothing, because a lot of the books are lower end. So there's a lot of pros and cons, and there's a lot of lugging of heavy books. Oh my goodness, with clothes, you're not lugging all that weight. Like, it's quite physically demanding on your body when you do books in bulk, like I do. If you have a 10 series, do you bundle the full 10 or divide the bundle? It depends on the size of that bundle. I try and keep it to my 5 kilo weight limits for post, but if it was a 10 series of smaller books, then definitely I would put those into one bundle. If it was a 10 pack of books like this, I would split that bundle, because that would be too big and heavy. But if it's 10 book like this, yeah, absolutely. 10 books. More you can fit in the bundle, the better. $10 super chat. Oh my God. Thank you, ABCXYZ. What a cool name. I have a death pile that is huge, and I've been working as an Iron Wick covert. Covet. Did I say that right? Aaron Wick Covet. And I'm just back home after 2 years and I'm ready to open my bookstore back up again. Advice, please. My advice would be to just start, go slowly, build your store slowly, make sure your listings are correct as you're doing it. Good titles, good photos, and just get it, set yourself an amount and just get that amount going every single day, 10, 20 books, whatever it is that you think you can manage every single day, and try and be as consistent as possible, getting those listings up every day and working through that death pile. The worst thing about the death pile is if you keep sourcing with your death pile. Like, that's the hardest thing, and we're all guilty of it. We have death piles and we keep sourcing. I need to not source for a few weeks. and this being in my shed will force me to not go and source much, because I don't want to be dealing with this. Where are we? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I've been nearly talking for 2 hours. What is the tattoo on your right arm? I can't read it because you move. I do move. I'm always flapping. I always go like flapping. It's my granny's handwriting, and it says, "Love always, Granny." So that's what she always writes in my cards. So I love my granny. She's about 95 at the moment. She's been in the hospital for a few months after a fall, but yeah, that's her handwriting. Where are we? Oh God, man, is this nearly finished? I'm going to have to go. Great to see you're doing so well, but do you feel yourself falling back into high pressure, time poor lifestyle, burnout, making eBay a job that you hate, work-life balance? I don't think so. I'm feeling really happy at the moment. I'm very self-aware when it comes to my burnout and when I'm feeling low energy or tired. And when I feel that, I do actually take the time to try and, if I'm feeling really like I need a bit of a break, I will take that break. That's one thing I'm good at. I'm very conscious of it, but I don't think so. I don't really feel like, I feel like I'm eating well and everything to help with that lifestyle. And yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'm definitely feeling good at the moment. So fingers crossed. But then nothing really bad is going on in my life either. I think sometimes when you have a lot of stuff going on in your life and then you've got a lot going on at work, it can impact it. But my family are also really good because they know that I've kind of committed to this challenge. I wouldn't say challenge. They know that I've kind of committed to setting these goals and following them through and working with Chris and Tech from, Chris and Daily Refinement and Tech and stuff. So they're very aware of what I'm doing. I've involved all the family and I've let them know, it's really important for me to get this stuff done. And hubby's happy because he's seeing more money come in. So, win-win. So yeah, it's good. Where are we? Oh my goodness, there's another super chat. Thank you guys for all these super chats. That's crazy. $8.88, 10 on the international shipping. Okay, I'll do it next week. What pictures do you take of the book? Front, back, title? Yep, I take the front, the back, all the 4 sides. I'll take the title page in between. I'll try and take, maybe if it's an illustrated book like a cookbook, I'll take photos inside. Try and take as many photos as I can. The more photos I've got there, the better. I have got a question 4 times and it has been ignored. I'm not ignoring, I promise. And 3 have disappeared, so I'm not sure if this vlog is for clicks only. I'm not sure what your question is, AA. I'm not ignoring them. I'm trying to go through the chat as I can, and I'm probably a little bit behind. So just feel free to ask it again. Mel has done pictures on how she takes her photos. I have. Where are we? I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up here. I know there's been a lot of people in this chat. I'm so appreciative. When you're buying shoes, is there a special size that you're looking at that sell well? For men's, I prefer to sell size 10, 11, or 12. That's just me on a personal, what I found. For women's, I think size 8s and 9s do pretty well for me. I think there's a shoe size for everyone, but yeah. Where are we? How about perfumes? I haven't tried selling perfumes. I'm actually not sure if you're allowed to sell perfumes. Maybe only brand new perfume. I feel like there's some kind of question about the old ones. I'm trying. I can see there's somebody who wants a comment. I don't know what it is. Yep, PvP. I've got out of the storage units. I've got a mess. A live stream, like a hangout where we can all be working at the same time and hanging out at the same time. Maybe that can be hard. You can only have a certain amount of people on with you, but or you mean just like me here doing a live stream, hanging out, working, where everyone else can be working at the same time? Is that what you mean? We could probably organize that. Oh my God, I'm 30 minutes back in the questions. Are you sure? Oh my goodness. Do you want me to skip to the end? Because we're coming up to nearly like 2 hours. Do you want me to skip to the end? Skip. I'm going to scroll fast. I'm going to scroll fast. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty far behind in the comments. Do you think listing by phone is a time waster? I don't like listing by the phone. I only like listing. I don't like listing on the phone. I prefer to use my desktop. I find it hard. Where are we? I'm trying to see. I'm trying not to skip. Question. How do you know what genre a book is without reading each one? I mean the older books. Well, sometimes on the front page you can kind of see what kind of books they are. I think you can generally tell if it's like a crime kind of book, a thriller, fantasy book. I don't know. I don't really have in the beginning, I found it hard to know what all the genres were for the books. Like I found it hard. Is this a fantasy or is this a sci-fi or is this a crime or is this what? Now I'm pretty good with it. I think that just comes from experience. Yeah. Yes, I always offer best offer and free shipping. Hi Mel, please tell my phone to stop going ka-ching. I don't know what that means. We want our phones to go ka-ching. Do you ever sell old comic books and whereabouts are you? And have you thought about using a super fast scanner to capture images of your books? I haven't dabbled in comic books a lot, no, so I haven't done it. I don't know anything really about comic books, so I kind of steer clear away from it. I think it would be great to sell it. I know you sell a lot of comic books, but I haven't done a lot. And have you thought about using a super fast scanner to capture images of your books? No, we don't really have scanners here in Australia because we're different, because we don't do the Amazon side of it. So we don't really have Australian kind of scanners. So it's all a little bit different. Do you have in mind another niche? If I'm going to add anything more to the store, I'll probably start adding more CDs and DVDs. Yeah. I am far back in the chat. I don't know where I am. Question. I noticed you said you were never doing clothes again, and then you sold a few pieces of your clothing very quickly. Yeah. I don't want to do any clothes. I still got, like, even in the death pile here, there's more clothes, and they're good clothes to list. So but I definitely don't want to go out sourcing and buying any more clothes. Possibly I will still go through and get these clothes here in the death pile done because I know that they're worth money, but I definitely don't want to be sourcing them. Please, I've seen that one. Where are we? Yeah, with your shipping with mailers, are you paying by weight? Yes. I'm paying by flat rate. So they've all got a 5 kilo weight limit. So I just pay for like small, medium or large mailer. PvP, I do know you're a Canadian seller, but I don't think you sell a lot of books. So that they ask for a bookseller. one live stream a week. Wow, mate, this is a 2-hour live stream. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. And I've talked flat out the whole time. I had so many I had so many people who were so helpful with what was in the hoarders stuff. So when I'm listing some of those, I'm going back through the videos and I'm looking at the comments to see what they were. I had so many helpful people that was doing that. Where are we? Trying to scroll a bit faster here. I'm sorry if I'm missing. Where do you go? Where are we? I'm trying to go faster here. 46, yes, 46 in July. I am. Tam and Bell. If you sell something that's your personal item and you've owned it for years, do you still include that in your revenue that you pay for your tax on? I would now, but I'm not really one of these. I don't have a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not a very materialistic or stuff kind of person. I'm a real jeans and t-shirt type of girl, and I wear my jeans and t-shirts till they're pretty much dead and not worth listing. So I don't really sell a lot of my own stuff. So yeah, but if I was now, because it would be such a minimal amount of things, I would, unless it was maybe something that was really high dollar value, then I might leave that out with a note for the accountant. Where are we? I'm trying to see. I'm scanning here. I'm going fast because I'm coming up that 2-hour mark and I'm going to finish it up in 5 minutes time. Any tips for having a large family and doing this as a side business as a stay-at-home mum? I feel like I can't keep up at the moment. It's going to come down to your time management. And if your children are small, it's hard. It's harder when your children are small. My children are older, so obviously they do things for themselves and they don't need me to do absolutely everything for them because they're older. But if you've got toddlers, it's a hard gig. You've just got to just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Do what you can. If it's only your side hustle, keep it as your side hustle, manage it around your family. And, when they sleep, maybe list, or, like I was saying to Minikin before, maybe try and have that hour that you can work out with your husband or something and set those boundaries. Like, this is my 1 hour. And in that 1 hour, you don't get distracted, turn your phone off, and you cram as much as you possibly can into it. But it's going to come down to a lot of time management, asking for help, planning out your meals, meal prepping, different things like that will all help you. Where are we? How did you get selling into books? I don't know. I had 500 books in my store. Always had a little bit of books. I like them. COVID hit. And I'd just gotten a couple of big hauls of books by chance off Marketplace. COVID hit. Book sales started to go crazy. So I started sourcing more and more books. And I just ended up moving to books full time. Basically, that's how it happened. Yep. You have inspired me to sell. I've made over $1,000 in a month, and I even started op shopping for books and turned 50 cents into $60. Well done. I love a 50-cent book sale that becomes $60. How good is that? Well done. Chris is definitely about saving time and efficiencies. Yep, he really is. It's a lot of people think that Chris wants you to grind so you're working 24/7 a day. It's not that. He doesn't want that from you. He wants you to get your work done as fast as you can so you can go and live your life. Yep. I've read that one. Where's your poster? It's in front of me so I can look at it. Susan's talking about my Outlander Jamie poster. He's hanging right here. I get to look at him all day. Can I buy your energy and enthusiasm? Okay, I'm scrolling. Oh my goodness, I'm so far down the chat. If I can see any last minute questions, I'm going to answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to finish it up. Question by scanner. I meant a flatbed scanner. I haven't seen one of those. I've never seen a flatbed scanner. So, okay, like a paper scanner or something. Never seen one. Would that work for bundles of books and stuff, Bart? Because I do a lot of bundles. I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of a Google and see what that is and have a look at that. Interesting. Do you find your sales have increased in proportion to you increase in listings, or have they gone up even more? My sales have definitely increased. because of the amount I'm listing, and they're increasing like every single week. Every single week when I've been paying myself, they've been going up every single week. So yeah, I definitely think the more you list, the more your sales are going to go up. But also I think the other way your sales are going to go up is if you list things that are higher. So if I try and cut out the $15 books and make them all at minimum like $20, I'll still be listing the same amount. My sales will go up even more and more because my average sale will go up. So yeah, I mean, there's only two ways to make more money. You list more or you increase your average sales rate on the items that you are listing. But yeah, my sales have gone up heaps just because of the consistency. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe you could go back through and look at questions that I missed. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've missed so many. Have I really missed that many? It's very, very hard to keep up with a chat of 300. My mouth is dry. Oh, my mouth is dry. Wow. How many sales have you had in the last 2 hours? I've got 8 notifications there from eBay, so I guess I've had a few. I don't know. Guys, I'm going to get ready to finish this up. I'm sorry if I've missed your question. If I have missed your question, put it down into the comment here below, and I can definitely go back through and answer that question in like another video. Oh my goodness, I just seen a super chat. Tiger Lily, $5. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chats. There's been a few of them tonight, and guys, really, really appreciate all the support. Go drink some wine. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for all the support you guys are giving me. Like, I'm just like, you guys are motivating me as well. And just, yeah, I really appreciate everyone watching my videos and commenting and everything like that. I'm just super grateful. Like, I've just been blown away this year at the increase and stuff that's gone on with my channel. So super, super thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the moderators in the group that were trying to keep up in that chat. I know that was full on. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate you all working hard there. Thanks, guys. I'm going to end it up. My mouth is dry. I'm going to get a drink. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.